Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin. When Pep Guardiola is lying to your face, you know what that means? That means he don't rate you. He absolutely don't rate you. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look at what Pep said earlier today in the press conference. Pep Guardiola, Chelsea, exceptional in all departments. One of the tough games you have until the end of the season. They have everything intense, quality, able to not lose the ball. Difficult to find a Chelsea player who loses the ball. Why you do this, Pep? Why? I mean, we're already gonna get demolished at the Etihad. I mean, that's how I think it's gonna go down. I want to be surprised. I want to be shocked. I want to see our Chelsea team do something, of course, but already we can all best believe we're gonna get our backside ramped absolutely majestically. And on top of that, we have this man lying in the press conference and showing us no respect whatsoever. I mean, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea exceptionally in all departments. Come on, that is a proper lie. That's not even a white lie. That is criminal. That kind of lie will get you jailed. One of the tough games you have until the end of the season. Come on. Please save me all of this nonsense comments, man. And then finally, they have everything. Intense, okay, we can be intense. Quality, sometimes not so much quality. Able to not lose the ball. You're absolutely having a laugh. You're absolutely having a laugh that if we're not able to lose the ball, we definitely lose the ball a lot of the times. Difficult to find a Chelsea player who loses the ball. Yeah, look. Pep Guardiola, thank you, but no thank you. I know you're just saying this in the media because obviously you can't come out and say the truth. But then again, there have been managers this season that's actually been quite bold and actually bantered us in the media, like Jurgen Klopp has bantered in regards to Caicedo and Lavia. I think it was Eric Ten Hag that bantered us, saying that Chelsea don't like defending. I think it was Sean Dyche as well, who said that, yeah, Chelsea can have all the possession, but we find solutions to win games. So, look, it is what it is. Get yourself strapped up, ladies and gentlemen, for a unbelievable weekend ahead of us. With this match against Manchester City. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Mauricio Pochettino on Mudryk's development. Because it's part of the evolution, the development, they need to feel sometimes the pain, young guys. Otherwise, it's always too easy. The most important thing is the way you manage this situation. So, look, we've all been saying, what's going on with Mudryk, he's not been featuring too much in recent times. And whenever he has featured, he's not done well. It is a big problem. Mudryk is definitely someone who I'm extremely worried about his future at Chelsea Football Club. Let's see how Mudryk takes this. Poch tends to think this is all part of the development. Having to feel pain sometimes that you're not so important in the team could potentially work for the player to show to encourage the player to do better. So let's see what happens in regards to that situation. Mauricio Pochettino says they didn't want to recall Cesare Casadei, but with the injuries to Romeo Lavia and Leslie Ugochukwu, it was needed. So look, understandable. I still don't know what has happened to Ugochukwu. I'm not really sure what the injury is, but apparently it's a long-term injury. Romeo Lavia, we know what happened when he returned back. But then a lot of people were saying it shouldn't be that long, but now it seems like he's gone for even longer. There is a picture of Romeo Lavia floating around that he is back into training. The Chelsea admin Twitter account has posted that out. There was a report from Matt Law earlier today that whenever people ask about Romeo Lavia, the club has no answers to it. No one wants to report anything about it. No one even knows where this player is. So, look, I get it. If that's the reason why Cassidy is back, no problems. We need to have some level of backup, or else it's just Gallagher, Enzo, and Moses Caicedo. So I get it that we do need some sort of backup, but at the same time, I hope Cassidy gets some minutes as well, or else his development will be halted as well. Few other stories that's been circulating around, ladies and gentlemen. Mauricio Pochettino also says Thiago Silva is out of tomorrow's game against Manchester City, so that is I think we all knew that when he picked up that injury against Crystal Palace last game week. So understandable he's not going to feature. I think some of you guys will be happy as well. We can't play a high line without him. So, we can't play a high line with him. So, try playing the high line against Manchester City and see what happens there. Robert Sanchez is fit again. Lots of people getting very annoyed because apparently Pep Guardiola was, Mauricio Pochettino was asked, is Robert Sanchez going to be coming straight back into the team? And he said, you will see. So we'll see what happens. I don't think it will be wise to get rid of Petrovic. I think Petrovic has been very good since his debut for Chelsea Football Club. And now he's played enough games for us to kind of say that, he is Chelsea's number one at the moment. And I think Robert Sanchez should fight for it. But don't be surprised if Robert Sanchez walks back into the team. And I think that will be a bit of an injustice on Petrovic. Mauricio Pochettino says Malo Gusto and Levi Colwill are okay and have recovered well. Both are available for tomorrow, so that's good news. We were getting worried about Malo Gusto last game when he came off for Gilchrist, but I think it was just purely because of being tired. So both of them will have to feature. When asked if he likes everybody, Mauricio Pochettino says he doesn't. However, he's a nice guy, but not too nice. So a little bit about that from the press conference. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, some crazy stuff that was being reported by Matt Law yesterday. He apparently, he's found some inside details on 1-9. This is what Matt Law had to say. Raheem Sterling was singled out by Todd Bowley last April in team talk in dressing room. If you guys remember last season, obviously under Graham Potter, we went through that phase of like 2 wins out of 18 games or something like that, something ridiculous. And there was a point, I think the owners went to the dressing room. They were quite regularly going, but there was one time when they went to the dressing room and they had a go at everyone, but they singled out Raheem Sterling. Now, all I want to say is that, look, I'm not going to lie. Raheem Sterling has not been a success at Chelsea Football Club, but at the same time, he's not the reason why we are doing bad. Raheem Sterling was definitely not the reason why we were pathetic last season. So I find this, attack on Raheem Sterling directly quite disgusting, quite disgraceful. Like the owners going into the dressing room, fine, you're addressing the entire team, but then also singling out Raheem Sterling. I mean, the fact that Raheem Sterling is still sticking around, that for me seems pretty odd too. Like if it was me, I'd be like, you know what, I got to leave, man. If I'm getting singled out like that, I need to leave. Apparently there was, as you can see, Sterling received an eye-watering offer from Saudi Arabia at the end of last season. He would have been in the top 3 paid players after Ronaldo. Why Raheem Sterling didn't take that? Man, there's a lot of money. You should have taken that up, should have gone to Saudi, and you should have just enjoyed. But maybe he just wanted to stick around in the Premier League. He didn't think his chapter's closed as yet. Probably wanted to make it to the Euros for England. You're not going to make it anymore because he's not been featuring for England recently. The form for Chelsea has been inconsistent. So it's all kind of backfired on Raheem Sterling, hasn't it? So, and maybe the fact that he probably doesn't want to leave London. I think his mum lives in London as well. So maybe from a family point of view, he didn't want to leave. But there was an offer. But I still think that this offer might still come around at the end of this season. And I think at that point, Raheem Sterling really needs to think about it, because I know he's on mega money at Chelsea Football Club, and that will play a big part when you're on 300K. It's not easy to just leave that. It's probably better if you just stick that out and earn that kind of money. But if Saudis are splashing a lot more than 300K, which I think they are, then Raheem Sterling should really think about that. And let's be honest, I mean, our ownership at the moment, we saw reports recently that we don't want to pay anyone more than 150K. We are capped. We want to pay most players in between 100 to 150K. That's where we want to be at the moment. We don't want to pay anyone above that, and which means down the track, forget about Raheem Sterling. We're not looking to buy anyone elite, because once you buy elite players, you will need to pay them a lot more, and that's just simply not our philosophy. Sterling and Chelsea remain committed to each other. He's appreciated for his, I think this is meant to be mentoring of young players. After the tussle with Palmer over who took the penalty against Arsenal, Sterling told Palmer at Cobham he could be the penalty taker to help him kickstart his Chelsea career. Look, Yeah, it's Sterling. I mean, you don't need to tell Palmer that he can kickstart. I think Palmer has been an absolute revelation. Yeah, Palmer knows how good he really is, and I hope it continues like that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Pochettino profiles Enzo. I do not believe Enzo is now playing deeper. We always thought he was a player with the capacity to build, using him and his quality, and then arriving at the opposite box to score. His capacity to move on the pitch is improving a lot. How many times have I said, Pochettino is now saying this. I have said it so many times. Enzo Fernandez is someone who plays deep, and as the play transitions, he can go from a 6 to an 8 to a 10 as the play progresses forward. But he does need to start from a deep position, help out in build-up, and progress as the play goes forward. How many times have we said that? How many times have I said that? How many times have we mentioned that that is how you're meant to utilize Enzo Fernandez? But we saw earlier in the season, Enzo was never part of the build-up. He was always up front. Now we are starting to see him more part. So all of this stuff from Pochettino, I'm baffled that he never saw this in regards to Enzo Fernandez from the get-go. Like any other technical manager, I don't think Pochettino is too much of a technical manager. Pochettino is all about pressing. Pochettino is all about intensity. Pochettino is all about direct style of football. But if we had, like, I don't know, for instance, a Sarri type of a manager, or even, I don't know, De Zerbi or whoever else, even Xabi Alonso in Bayer Leverkusen, who prefer more build-up, more control, more possession, they would see the benefit of Enzo Fernandez in the first phase and then moving, transitioning Enzo as the play goes forward. So quite baffled that Pochettino just simply didn't see that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Marc Cucurella has returned to individual training. So that's good news. So it's individual training, not team training as yet. We'll see what the future holds for Marc Cucurella. I think he might be in line to be sold. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Romeo Lavia at Cobham. Finally, there's some pictures of him. So he is a Chelsea player, and he is definitely not someone who's not there. He is alive. He's there. Let's see, if he can come back sometime soon and give us some sort of impact in midfield. We need him. If we want to rectify something in this particular season. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the latest that is circulating around in the Chelsea news arena at the moment. Let me know how you felt about everything. We will have a video tomorrow, probably not a live stream, which will basically give the preview of Manchester City versus Chelsea. I mean, look, the preview is going to be a bit of a joke, honestly. There's not going to be too much to say about the preview. The feeling about that match is we're most likely going to get a walloping. But do look out for that video. So yeah, smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone, take care and see ya.